And a signature Big Ten teenie served with champagne. Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill. Visit big10lnk.com.
Winter is fast approaching. Have you winterized your sprinklers yet? If not, get it scheduled as soon as possible with Penner Sprinkler and Lawn before damage occurs that could turn an unfortunate winter into a rough spring ahead for your system. Plus, they are already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215. That's 402-413-1215. Penner Sprinkler and Lawn.
The holidays are right around the corner. This is a great year to give your family and loved ones the gift of shoes to encourage them to stay active. Fleet Feet Lincoln fits you properly for shoes, and they offer a free group that meets 3 days a week, plus other training programs and a walking group on Mondays. Get healthy, stay healthy with proper shoe wear from Fleet Feet Lincoln and a group of friends that will support you and keep you accountable. Start your health adventure at Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. The Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Executive Director John Goodwin and Athletic Director Michael Hunter. Welcome into the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Words of Marty Marr.
What's up? Man, it seemed like these weeks go fast.
The week went real fast. And let me just get this out right now before we go any further. Bears let me down again. These cats was up with like 2 minutes left in the game and blew it.
Broncos are losing still, I think.
Why do I do this to myself? You saw that like a clown, man. Every week I look like a clown out here because the Bears can't put
Not
it together.
just the clown. You sent me the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
Not just the clown. You sent me the Joker.
Straight Joker, man. I will say this though. I mean, Justin Fields is back, so I'm glad that he's back. But we need a new coach. That's all I'm saying.
Man. So we thought it was a quarterback at first, didn't we?
No, I never thought it was the quarterback.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's the coach.
It's the coach.
The coach. Today was a great day for Malone and Visionary Youth, but most importantly, the community. We gave out over 1,000 turkeys,
man,
and the bags, the dress, and all that stuff with it. Phenomenal event. Socks, underwear, hats, the whole shebang. I mean, we outdid ourselves. We were a little tired.
Yeah.
KB didn't show up tonight, so big shouts out to Visionary Youth and KB. He's probably going to say, I didn't ask him to come. And he's correct. Big shouts out to KB. We definitely.
He's still working.
Yeah. He's probably somewhere working, taking pictures and DJing his own event.
Cutting hair.
And cutting hair at the same time.
Yeah. He's still working. But hey, it's a big day for the families, the community, like you said. It's I mean, to be able to serve over 1,000 families, for them not to have to worry about, where that gracious meal is coming from this Thursday. Now, hey, if y'all burn the turkey, that's on y'all. We did our part.
It's close to frying it.
Okay, there you go.
Can we fry?
There you go.
I have a turkey being fried right now at Mary Ellen's.
He gonna do it up?
They're gonna hook that turkey up for me. I'm gonna get it fried, deep fried it out.
Fried dilated.
Yeah. With some yams and some dressing and mac and cheese and some greens.
Look, you had me. You can take out the yams and the dressing.
Ugh. So what you eating?
I'm simple. People think I'm picky, but I'm actually simple.
Raisin in the potato salad.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Chicken fingers.
The thing about it is, I hate potato salad. I mean, I can just do the meat, the macaroni cheese, the mashed potato and gravy, and give me a roll. I'm good. I don't need it. And I'll do the green and some greens for sure. But all that dressing and top it off with my sweet potato pie, I'm good.
Mentioning the sweet potato pie. Right. We need to go to Hy-Vee or somewhere and grab about 20 pounds of sweet potatoes and drop them off in front of Mike's house.
Hey.
So we can get that sweet potato pie.
They'll be going in. They'll be going in on Wednesday.
You know what Bernie Mac said, though?
But
we better not say it. We better keep that to ourselves. So great event. I hope you all had a wonderful week. We have a special guest with us tonight. Every week we're trying to bring on someone who has really impacted from the Malone and the Malone.
I was looking for my phone.
Also, I'm like, what is this brother doing over here? What is he doing? But also businesses. We still want to promoting Black businesses here in Lincoln. So we want to definitely give shouts out in the studio tonight. Let's give it up for I guess that's how we're gonna do it.
That's
how we're gonna do it.
Oh man, y'all gotta get a little button. You hit the button, hit the sound though. People are probably like, what is going on?
Yeah, we're gonna have to work that. We just get started.
Yeah, we gotta get the sound bar going. Yeah.
Stanford in the building tonight.
Yeah.
Stanford is in the building tonight, so we definitely appreciate him coming through for us tonight.
I appreciate being here.
We have a lot of questions, and I know he has long answers, which is good. So we gonna get right to it.
Let's get on with the
We're gonna get right to it. Stanford, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on tonight. First and foremost, we definitely have to say our vision is to create unity and prosperity throughout Lincoln while honoring the African American heritage, and the mission is to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. We do that with the programs and the experiences that we offer. One of the things that we are very intentional about is being intentional about giving different experiences for our youth and not just for our youth, but for our families in the community. And this person Stanford has been with Malone for a little bit over 10 years.
Man.
And that's just working, but he also was in there too. A long story with Stanford and his family. I mean, his dad has he's did a lot in the community. He's still doing a lot in the community. He's coaching one of the basketball teams. Stanford has come through. He was there before I got there, and might be still there when I leave. I don't know. Hey, the question that I may have to ask, give us a little bit about what you, how did you get to the Malone Center? What brought you to the Malone and why?
I started at the Malone when I was about 25-ish. I started at the Malone. Shout out to Nate Woods for giving me the opportunity to open that door for me to be able to do the work I do at the Malone. But I was at a point in my life where I needed a good transition. I was probably 2-3 weeks out of the detention center. I had a lot going on. I was going the wrong way fast, and I found this program that was downtown at the Southeast Community College building. I got in the program, met with the worker. He was like, hey, there's an opportunity for you to work at the Malone if you want to work with kids. And like you said, my dad was at the Salvation Army 21 years. My mom was with Family Service for 15 years. And now she's doing work at the health department as like an outreach worker. And so I knew I could do something like that. And then I started at the Malone as a, youth specialist and after school program, hung around. A lot of people was leaving. So it gave me an opportunity to work up. And the program, they didn't have many people in it at the time. So they were able to keep extending my hours. And they extended it pretty much till I turned 18. And then that's when the Malone brought me on, and I've been officially under Malone ever since I was 18 and able to be under the Malone.
Wow. So did you said your dad worked for the Salvation Army and things like that? Was you involved with the Salvation Army as well?
Yeah, we pretty much grew up there. You know, my dad was there every day. My mom would bring us there after school. She would stay for hours. Pretty much until he got off, she would stay, and then we'd go to the crib. So we was always at the Salvation Army. Every program, everything he did, we was always there. So I got to watch firsthand how he kind of navigated working with youth and kind of, you know, doing the after school program stuff. Him and my mom both did after school program stuff. So it kind of gave me a good example of how I wanted to
good
do.
little blueprint.
Yeah. So I was able to kind of put my sauce on it, and you know,
absolutely. So back up just a little bit. So you are native from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Where'd you attend high school? And
I went to Elliott Elementary, then I went to Leffler Middle School, and then Northeast. So I graduated from Northeast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rockets.
Shout out to all my Rockets.
Okay. All right. Leffler's out. You know, Leffler is one of the middle schools here in Lincoln that, you know, I do a lot of work at, and I can honestly say that the staff at Leffler, they are some of the utmost
I agree.
people that, you know, you can be around. I mean,
I agree.
I love going to Leffler.
I agree.
I mean, it's they're very inviting, and like they want help. You know, they want those kids to get help, and they also want people in the building that looks like the kids.
Yep.
And I can honestly, and I know it's been like that since I've known, but right now they got a new principal over there. I think she's in her second year, Miss Allison Meister. Worked with her for years. Great woman. Great. And she's under the helm right now, and she's doing and she's keeping it going. She's keeping it going. And I mean, you can literally walk in that building and like just feel like, okay, this building right here, they're accepting what I'm trying to give the kids, and they don't with no backlash.
Yep.
With
and
no
it starts
backlash.
with the people in the office. They got a real good secretary team.
Yes.
They got a real good secretary team.
Yes. Counseling team.
All of it.
Yeah. Leffler. I mean, so big ups to Leffler. I mean, y'all keep doing your thing.
And the crazy thing is once I had graduated high school at 19, LPS was starting their student support technician positions. And I want to say the first two was at Leffler and Color. And so I spent my first semester when they had started that, I was a student support tech at Leffler. So I went there and I was able to come back, and a lot of the staff I was working with were actually my middle school teachers.
Wow. That, I mean,
you know, so it came back full circle because they and about that, a lot of them got to ask me a bunch of questions that they wanted to ask me, you know, when I was in middle school, because they know I was in there cutting up.
Right.
So now I get to come back as an adult. They get to be like, hey, you know, what was making you do that? When you was doing it, what was going through you? And I tell them, they be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, then they send you down in the hallway. Go help you.
Yeah.
You know, hey, go down there and help you. Yeah. So I mean, Leffler is a great place. I mean, like I said, that building is top notch. I mean, I can work in Leffler every day.
Oh yeah,
I really could.
I mean, Mr. C does a great job too.
Yes.
And he was my dad's administrator at Park.
Wow.
So my dad had him at Park, and I had him at Leffler. So he been dealing with a lot for a long time.
Oh yeah. You know, the crazy thing about it is, I forgot your dad went to Park. I seen a picture of your dad when he was. I want to say he was at Park. Did he go to Lincoln High?
Yep.
Okay. He was either at Park or Lincoln High. I said, boy, if this don't look like the kids we dealing with today,
man, is it the black and white picture?
I think he was up against a locker or something like that with one of his buddies, or he was in the hallway or something like that, standing in the hallway.
Sure.
Yeah, I said, boy,
for sure.
Here we go.
Might have been worse.
Probably.
He had 3 kids at 16.
Yeah, he was on his way to ISM, probably.
3 kids at 16, you showing out.
Hey, yeah. You doing them all.
We should have had him on the show too.
Right. Oh, he's coming.
Can you imagine both of them at the same time?
Oh, he's coming. So OG Stanford, go get ready. Go get ready because he showed coming. Yeah. So I mean that's very unique. I mean, to be able to, that's truly giving back, you know, to graduate from a place or to go through your years of schooling, and even though the troubles that you've been in or whatever the case may be, to graduate from those troubles and then to go back and to allow the people who taught you and tried to teach you
Right.
see what type of person that you came to be. So I mean,
Right.
so that's huge right there. So I mean,
because a lot of time we know in the middle schools that a lot of the teachers, when they see certain students, they know what they think they know what the outcome could be.
Yep.
You know, and so a lot of people thought they knew how I was going to turn out. I didn't know how I was going to turn
Right.
out. I wouldn't have thought this.
Right.
You know, so they definitely ain't think this. And so to be able to go back and the people that remember me from, you know, that chapter of my life that I have evolved from,
right.
to be able to see it, a lot of them are like, we couldn't even imagine this being you.
Yeah, I just told a group of kids from Leffler the other day. I just told them, you know, where you are right now is not where you're going to finish.
Right.
So don't harp on things not going right now.
Right.
This is just your go through period. Go through that, and then that right there. And I'll tell them too, you got to enjoy the process, because no matter where you're trying to go, if you enjoy and fall in love with the process, if you don't get to where you want to go, the process to get you where you need to go.
Right.
And and so I'm a firm believer in that. And I tell the kids all the time, you know, right now ain't where you're gonna finish at. You know, just keep pushing. And you know, they're very reciprocal. They take it in and they listen. But it's one of those, I understand too, because I was their age. It's one of those.
Right.
I'm gonna listen to Mr. Hunter while he's in front of me. Because soon as they leave the class, I walk out the class. They in the hallway. I say, see, that's what I was talking about right there. They like, oh, you know. So I mean,
So you talk about the process, but for Stanford, what made you say, you know what, I need to do something different? What age were you? And after what circumstance did you realize, you know what, I need to do something different?
I got it. As I was starting to get closer to my 20s, things started to get a little more serious. So, even though I was doing really good in life, I was surrounding myself around people in my family that were still involved in things that would put me in a bad situation.
Right.
So as long, you know, I knew this ain't got nothing to do with me, but I'm so close to my cousin and, you know, these people that it's now looking like it's a part of me. So when I got to my 20s, I had to really before my 20s, I had to really evaluate, you know, what was important to me. And I had to figure out, like, am I going to take my job serious, or am I going to take, you know, I know what they saying,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what the look is. So I had to figure out what it was. So when I got to my 20s, I really took a step back, really had to do a lot of work on myself and get to the point where I was okay with cutting certain people off and dealing with them in a way that, you know, made me feel like I wasn't jeopardizing what I'm telling the kids.
Right. So how did you go about doing that? Because once again, I talk to these kids, they don't seem to understand how to cut people off, or seem the need to cut people off if they're not bringing anything positive to their life. So how did you figure out how to cut people off, but still maintain those relationships without them, you know, because we quick to say you're a sellout. We quick to say, you know, that's just, you know, one of the things that our culture brings to somebody that we don't feel like dealing with no more, you know. So how did you go about doing that, especially because it was family when it pertained to your situation? So how did you go about doing that?
It was almost natural. I started taking my job serious. I started putting a lot of time into it. I started researching more. I started wanting to go to school. So as I got, you know, further into what I was doing, and I started, you know, seeing the changes I was making, it started to feel like, oh, you can really do this.
Right.
And so once I got that confidence, I got so, you know, locked in. I was going so hard that those people naturally kind of fell off.
Boy, look, I'm trying to tell you, those who don't want it, school is like kryptonite.
I elevated as I was elevating, time was eliminating the people that I didn't need in my space. So then once I got to a certain point where it's like, all right, I'm living comfortable now.
Right.
I grinded 3 years. I'm comfortable. I'm good. Now I can really lock in on what I want to do and figure out what it is that I feel like right now is my calling. Those people didn't fit that picture no more.
Right.
They weren't willing to work as hard as I was working. And if I'm working hard and you not, our conversations are a lot different.
Exactly, because now you have started building relationships with people who think and act more like you do,
right?
Instead of the individuals that that you used to think
Right.
and behave like. And that's what I want to see. Like I'm trying to tell y'all I tell these kids this all the time. The relationships that you build is three things that you need, I believe, in this world to survive. That's one, respect, two, relationships, and three, education. Because you can't get nowhere without all three of those. You know what I mean? Because respect is going to bring you those top tier
Right.
relationships. You know, you're going to hang
Right.
around the people you want to hang around that do the things that you want to do. So you respect those. So those out of those relationships can bring opportunities. But if you don't have the education,
Right.
you can't get through the door.
Right.
So you got to have that education to get through the door. So I think those top three things right there is what I really deliver to the youth that, you know, I work with or whatever the case may be, because it's very important. And so just to hear you say the way you did it and how you did it is crazy, because it was like you was right in the room when I was talking about it. You was probably up O Street somewhere, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so but that's I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. So it was almost natural and it was almost effortless. And so now, you know, I'm able to I don't have as many friends and I'm not around as many people, but that's also because, you know, one, I got kids now. You know,
Right.
I'm grown, I'm with kids. So I do a lot. Whenever I'm not working, I do stuff with my kids. And because a big part of that is my dad, like I said, we grew up in the Salvation Army.
Right.
So a lot of my memories came from in the Salvation Army. So I want to make sure with my kids, I'm giving them the memories so they can grow up and know, you know, my dad used to do this. My dad used to take me to do this.
Right.
My dad, and so I want to be an active dad. So when I'm not, you know, working, I'm doing it with my kids. And so it just kind of really, it really worked out. And I put in the work. I went into therapy, started learning more about myself. And then naturally it just kind of separated and eliminated the people I didn't need in my circle.
Right. Okay. So I think we got to take a quick break.
We are.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
We definitely going to take a quick break, but we will be right back because we are just getting started with Stanford. This is the Malone Show, 93.7 The Ticket.
Yeah.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jeff Essing, owner of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping and host of Fitness Fanatics. Over the years, we've helped countless of people gain strength, lose fat, build confidence, and change their lives. And it all starts with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. Now is the best time to enroll during the Black Friday sale. You can join the January 10-Week Challenge for half price. That's 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching for 50% off. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to enroll today. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you're like most guys with symptoms, you don't want to ask for help. Perhaps a free consult with the men's health experts will encourage you. What could it hurt? Limitless knows exactly how to treat your symptoms. They will verify with a blood test, and in a very short time, you'll feel like a new man. So don't drag your feet. You're not going to feel better unless you get help. The providers at Limitless know what they're doing. To receive your custom treatment plan, schedule online at limitlessmail.com and get your life back.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
I could write a commercial telling you how great waffle weekends are at the chocolate season. Or I could just have Rico read you the menu.
Banana Nutella. Nutella topped Belgian waffle with homemade whipped cream, chocolate chips, and freshly sliced bananas. Baconator. Buttermilk waffle with bacon slices tucked inside, topped with salted whipped butter, caramelized pecans, and pure maple syrup.
Waffle weekend brunches at the chocolate season.
PB&J.
40th and Old Cheney or online at thechocolateseason.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yes. We're back in the building. John just started his live. So if y'all want to go on and jump on the live feed on Facebook. And I held the ear with that one.
You ain't hear what we heard though. You wasn't pushing the ear too hard. You wanted him to keep sweating like you thought you was keep sweating. You might want to let go of the ear. You catch the tune.
What did the dude? Apollo? Yeah.
Would have got you up off the stage.
Yeah, real quick.
Man,
we back with Stanford. We having a lot of fun in the building. So go ahead and hit us off. We was just talking about you having young ones and you being the inspiration for your young ones like your father was for you. What are you doing? What do you got going on right now that's keeping you busy?
So currently at the Malone, I'm the associate director of teen programs, and so with that, there's a partnership with the Malone and the police that me and Ishma get to do, where we're able to bring law enforcement together with youth from the community and build relations. So we do that through a lot of different things. So I got a couple things with that coming up, a couple good fun events that I'm gonna do that are gonna be more on the educational side. We've done like dodgeball tournaments, basketball tournaments, a lot of different things, but I think I got one fun one that I'm finna drop here real soon that I think will be really, really good. And then education, I do a lot of education advocating for kids. And so with that, there's kids in the there's kids in the juvenile detention center that I'll get kind of referrals from, and I'll go check them out, work with them, see what I can do from them. And then I got a bunch of kids within LPS that I'm going in, I'm checking with. And so with that, I kind of want to move in a direction of being able to have programming in more schools. Okay. And so I've been talking to some principals the last couple of weeks, and I want to get in there a couple days out of the month and kind of do some type of programming and checking in with groups of kids that need that extra support.
Right. So the kids that you check in, or is that the Pathfinder program that's up on the top of the hill on 14th Street? Or
no, that's with the Malone.
No, I mean the juvenile justice kids that you go in and
see.
You
talking about the detention center?
Yeah. That's the one right up. Okay.
1200 Radcliffe Road.
Okay, yeah, boy, there it is. Yeah, I've been in there. I've been in there a few times. I check on some of the youth that get picked up and things like that, I go in and see them as well. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But you also is it you and your dad, or is it just you? You guys also own a couple businesses in
Yeah,
Lincoln as well too, right?
Yep, me and my dad own a detail shop out on 19th and West O.
Okay.
So we got that going, and then we got some food trucks, some different stuff going on around us that we help and we support with. Yeah.
Okay, well, man, y'all
What's the
got
name of that detail
Y'all
shop?
just
Bradley's Auto Care, 19th and West O. Come check us out. Yep, go right up over the bridge.
Over the bridge. Okay.
Yep, right by
okay.
there's the Casey's right over there. Casey's and Dollar General.
Okay. Yeah. Go check that out. What's your prices?
I can't remember that.
Okay.
People
okay.
ask me all the time, and I got to text my dad like, "Hey, what is the?"
Yeah.
I don't know why that
what
never
you do
stayed
is
with me.
just go on down there.
Yeah. Call when you set your appointment. They'll let you know.
Yeah.
You know, when you call and you set your
Yeah.
appointment, they'll tell you exactly what you're gonna need to get your car when we done.
That's real good though. That's real. For you guys to be. I mean, you guys got your hands in a lot of stuff, boy. I mean, the Malone alone. What makes you keep coming back? I know you was that kid. I know you've been at the Malone a long time, but 10 years, kids' attitudes have changed,
man.
After generations,
man.
You know what I mean? So like what gives you that fuel to pour into this generation? I mean, how do you do that?
It's definitely been a big. It's going in a direction that I makes me feel like we need more people like me that's willing to really go through the trenches with it.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids don't got nobody.
Right.
They don't got no support, so they got to have some type of support. And with being at the Malone, like I always say, the Malone, it saved my life.
Right.
Because I have friends that got my brother got 25 years.
Right.
I got homeboys with 30s. I got friends that's in and out of jail. So for me, having this ability of going to the Malone every day, working with those kids and those kids looking up to me made me kind of self-reflect and believe more in myself on what I could do.
Right.
And so, now being at the point where I'm in certain spaces where I can influence certain change, it helps me see the results of what I'm doing.
And working with these type of youth, you're not going to get results right away.
Right.
So if you thinking that you finna come in and change somebody's life right away, it's not going to happen. You really have to have that skin to stick to, because they're not going to listen to you. I mean, you just got to be able to keep knocking down the door.
Right.
Because every day it's a different door. And
Yep.
I think a lot of people don't understand that. They think, okay, I dealt with this kid on Monday, so Wednesday when I come back, we can pick up where we left off. No, you can't do that.
Because a lot could happen.
Right.
A lot could happen.
Right. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that the type of kids that we do work with, by Monday, they didn't see 2 weeks worth of stuff by Wednesday.
Right.
So they ain't even thought about what y'all talked about Monday. So you have to knock down a new door every day with these kids.
Yep.
And to be able to do that, you really got to be consistent.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that try to do what we all do, they're sometimes can be inconsistent. Their heart is in the right place.
Right.
But sometimes they can be inconsistent because they're like, man, I can't deal with
it. Take a lot of time.
It take a lot.
Because if you get a kid that, he's been struggling throughout elementary school, he gets in middle school, the principal calls me like, hey, there's a kid that I think could really benefit from being involved in the program you guys got at Malone. Once we get them as a sixth grader, we go till they're 18.
Right.
So that's a long time that we're involved and we're, helping create memories and habits for this kid.
Yep.
We might not be able to change how they parents do it, but we can instill things in them that they can then
pass with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can't, when you start, putting a certain amount of time on what you're going to put into working with a kid, that's when kids start getting through the cracks.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh, he's doing good, I don't got to check in, but you don't really know how he's doing.
Right.
You don't know what's going on when he go home at night, what his living conditions like, if he's eating dinner at night or if he's waking up in the morning first thing getting cussed out because he woke up late and he got to go to school to teachers that's going to look at him a certain way.
And now he got to walk to school. And now he got to,
he's at school. The teachers, man, why you come late every day?
Why
you
your
want
head
breakfast?
down? Why your head down?
Well, dang, my mama didn't cuss me out.
Yeah.
Now I'm coming here to y'all cussing me out.
Yeah.
So the next place you're gonna go to is gonna be the Malone. And when I was, doing after school program, I took that serious. That when you came to Malone, what happened at school ain't what's gonna happen at the Malone.
You're gonna drop that at the door. Leave that at the door.
We're gonna work on it, but I'm not gonna be mad at you because you made that mistake. I'm gonna give you a fresh chance to be who you want to be while you're at the Malone. Right. And while you're here, we're gonna care about you and give you and add skills to your toolbox that can help you be successful.
Right.
And hope we can keep you around until we see you graduate from high school. And so right now that's and a lot of people, nowadays look at the numbers and stuff and the data and all that, but it doesn't really support it because you don't that's a long time to track it. Some of the kids I was working with 10 years ago are now graduating high school.
Right.
I'm seeing a lot of kids that are now graduating high school. So this is like 6 years I've been working with some kids.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't want 1 month or a couple checks. You got to really be there.
You got to really lock in because these kids, the first few months, they ain't believing nothing that you saying because they didn't have so many people leave their life.
Yep.
And they really they already put you on that list.
Yeah.
You automatically on the list when you walk into the room and say, "Hey, I'm here to work." I'm
right.
here to. You automatically on the list of he's going to leave me. In a few months or whatever. So that's that consistency piece. So once
he's done with his job, he move on.
Yeah. And they really think you just here for the paycheck, your job.
Right.
And so the kids, that's why most of them, when they do leave a conversation with one of us or a session or whatever the case may be, or with anybody, they jump right back into this thing that they was going to use because they ain't believing that you're going to be there for them anyway.
Right.
So the change ain't gonna come until you're gonna be in that child's life for about 1.5 years before that change comes.
Right.
And for you to see what you're doing affecting that child's life. And if you ain't got 1.5 years, I wouldn't even start it.
Yeah. Because there's some kids I'm 3-4 years in working.
Right. And it still works.
And still.
Yeah.
We just entering freshman year. So now we're at the point where now we got to learn to navigate high school.
Right.
There's different freedoms that come with high school.
Yeah, it is.
Now we got to teach that skill set because we didn't got through middle school.
Different.
Now we in high school where now you got to understand this is how things. You want to play basketball, don't you?
Yeah.
This ain't like middle school. Everybody get to play. You come out.
Right. Now on top of that, you got to worry about the everybody get to drive now. Now you got responsibilities of not just being a driver, being a passenger
in the car.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Out to lunch and.
You got to teach them things, and especially, and I really take it serious for the young kids that look like me.
Right.
Because if you don't, I was fortunate enough, my dad was always there.
Right.
So he was able to put me on game in certain situations. Some of these kids don't got a dad there or an uncle there or that father figure that could say, hey, when you moving like this is what you exposing yourself to.
Right.
This is what they think of people that move like that. Is it fair? No. But the reality of this is what you is going to look like to these people if you do not change how you're moving. And once you go a certain way and they look at you like you a threat,
it's a wrap.
It take a lot to undo that.
Yeah. Because I tell them all the time, it sucks to have to believe like this or think like this. But the crazy part about it, as a young African-American male, every day we wake up with 2 strikes.
Right.
That's 2 strikes off the bat, just opening your eyes. People may say, hey, no, whatever. Until you live in our shoes, in this skin, we feel that every day we wake up, we on strike 2.
Right.
And we gotta dodge these balls. We gotta pick out what's a strike and what's a ball. Because if we say something the wrong way, if we act the wrong way, or somebody's may just be offended, and that may be our 3rd strike.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to, put into these kids too, education. If you ain't got that, you really putting yourself behind the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to go out here and carry yourself and be around people who are doing positive things, you putting yourself behind that. It's real hard to express that when they can't see it because they're so young. And I look at, when we was growing up, we didn't see it either. And I tell them, I said, I'm not asking you to go home and change right now.
Right.
But we didn't see it either. And it's just one of those things, man, that.
And we had those unwanted experiences that we wish we didn't have.
Right.
Now, you mentioned you work with Take Pause.
Correct.
And that's with the police department.
Yep.
Now, you've also, you know where I'm going. You know I'm going because as you were growing up, maybe your experiences wasn't as good as with the police.
Right.
So how are you navigating that while you're working with the kids to get them to trust, believe, build relationship, learn those different verbiage. So how are you working through that while you're working with the kids with the police department?
Man, yeah, I definitely didn't have a good viewpoint. My own viewpoint on the police wasn't good. It took for me to meet certain people within the police department for me to really believe there was good police.
Right.
I didn't believe it. I did a lot of crazy things myself, and I take the accountability for the things I did, but I also experienced things that I should not have experienced as a minor.
Right.
And those things really shaped how I viewed the police. And when Take Pause came up, my dad started it. I was looking at him like, hey,
yeah,
this ain't it. Because they, they doing this. And we sitting here trying to act like it's all cool. But with that, I've learned a lot about myself doing this. And I've seen a lot of good things come from me being able to put the things I went through to the side to make sure another kid don't also experience it. And so the benefit of being a part of this at the Malone is that I get to be in the space to be like, hey, you tripping.
Right.
And this is why you out of line, know? And so for me to be able to have that authentic relationship with them where I'm me and I ain't gonna change who I am to fit this space, we could have those conversations. And there was this parent, Matt Cruz, he had posted a video of his son. They was at like a donut place, and one of the police officers was like, hey, I remember you from when we played the Malone against the police basketball game and you was dunking on us. And the dad recorded that moment and shared it on Facebook. And that right there let me know that it's working.
Right.
These police officers remember this kid for a good thing.
Yeah.
And so, with the climate the world's in right now, we need more of that. We need more police to see our kids and be like, oh, that's an athlete.
It's not a threat.
He has potential to go on and do crazy things.
Right.
And so having, the partnership and being able to sit in those rooms and bring the police and sit with the police and say, hey, this is how this kid's looking at you. And this is why he's looking at you.
Right.
When you enter the space with a certain kid, if you come in a certain way, this is how they're going to respond, because a lot of people are only seeing police in the worst moments of their life.
Right. And being that young too, they don't understand that when you get pulled over, a cop don't know who's in the car.
Right.
They don't know how to address, they addressing the situation as, until I know otherwise, it's a hostile situation.
Right.
So teaching them, being able to, it's a great program, being able to teach them how to communicate with the police and
model it.
Yes. And then also on the other end, giving the police a face.
Right.
For them to recognize if they come across them on the streets.
Right.
Regardless of what the situation may be.
But also making sure that the police know how to communicate back to that's important.
Yes,
too.
That's very important.
Right. Because I'm black. I'm black, dreadlocks, and tattoos.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, they was talking about if you get tattoos and dreadlocks, that's the trifecta.
Bumba clock.
Man, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me to be able to be in that space and the police understand, who I am and what I do for my community, it helps them understand that these kids are little versions of me.
Right.
If you can look at me and be like, you know what? I like Stanford. He's a decent person. He stands on business.
Right.
These kids are no different. So the next time, if it's the police officers first, because we get a lot of police from small towns, so how many black people have they interacted with?
That's true.
And so if I'm going to be
what
the first
narrative have they heard?
Right.
From, that's true.
So if I'm going to be the first black person you work with as a police officer, that's going to start you out to see like, hey, because I'm full hip hop culture. I love music. I love hip hop.
Right.
I really embrace the hip hop culture in myself. And so I'm able to expose the police to what hip hop culture is. Because some of this is just what they seeing. And is it okay?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
But they don't have the intentions that you might think they have with these certain things.
Right.
And
they can't control, we got to understand, they can't control the media. They can't control social media and things like that. But too, for all our teenagers that's listening or whatever the case may be, don't put yourself in a bad light.
Right.
Don't put stupid stuff on social media. Don't put yourself out there, because whatever someone see, when they see you in person, that's who they gonna believe.
Yep.
And what Maya Angelou said the best, people show you who they are, you better believe them.
Right.
So we can't get mad when we do certain things, but then we getting approached in that way.
Right.
So, we just gotta, do better in that stint of time as well, with trying to because perception is everything. Regardless of, social media tell you I'm rich and I got all this and I got all that, but I'm around the corner in a cardboard box.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's big right now. The way the
Yeah.
internet got these kids moving is crazy.
yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
It's different. Definitely different. We got to take a quick break, but we'll be back with the Malone Show 93.7 The Ticket.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of perks.
Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. Get the PF Black Card and feel fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Black Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Home. It's more than a place, it's a feeling. This is Eric Bertrand with Lincoln Federal Savings Bank. If you're looking for a place to call home, call me. Let's review your financing options and get you into the home of your dreams. Proudly serving Husker fans.
Personal banking like you remember.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back.
Yes,
we
yes.
are back. Now, for real quick.
We are back.
Hey.
This is John Goodwin. And if you are watching,
I'm your conscience.
please go on over to malonecenter.org and go to that donation page and look at the capital campaign information.
That is it.
Yes,
that is
yes,
it. I wish
yes.
we had more time to talk about that. Snapper, you do something else with the city. We talked about Take Pause real quick. Can you give us a quick give us some quick information of what you do with the city of Lincoln?
So I sit on Nebraska's Coalition for Juvenile Justice. And so with that allows me to be in the space with a lot of different shareholders from the city and the state of Nebraska and, have conversations. And with that, I'm able to travel and go to conferences where I'm able to present not only Take Pause, but other things that we do at the Malone and what we do with kids. So other places can kind of model that and create a program, something similar. And so with that, we've worked with judges, other places. We've worked with attorney generals, different public defenders, different people, showing them kind of the way that we're doing Take Pause and the way that we're advocating for kids at the Malone Center. And we've been able to teach kind of that model to other cities and surrounding areas so they can start doing stuff similar to that.
Definitely a great model. Again, let me ask this question because we're going to be running out of time and we can do another hour maybe at another time. But I definitely want to be able to get this question out. If I am a teen, a young person out here listening to this show, give them something positive or something to hold on to maybe in a sense to change how they're thinking, help them maybe make the right moves. What can you tell the youth today?
To be yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes. I think for me, the biggest thing was when I did something wrong, it kind of made me feel like all I could do was wrong. So allow yourself mistakes and then work on getting better. If you're a kid and you feel like your mental health isn't where it should be, reach out to us at the Malone, call the Malone, come visit the Malone, figure out what we can do to kind of help get you in a better spot, but use the resources that are available. It's hard to ask for help, but in order to get to that next level, in order to open up things and opportunities that you didn't know you could, you got to ask for help. And, just figure out what it is you want to do, make a plan, write it down. And every day you should be working towards your plan. So if you want to go to college and you want to, there's some in college you're interested in, write down a couple goals that you need to do this year to get you further to, your goal of going to college. Wake up, focus on your grades, focus on your academics and do those things to get you to where you want to go. But allow yourself room. You're a kid. Allow yourself to make mistakes, but learn from them and figure out what you need to do better when you make them.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Mistakes are like water to your seed.
Yeah. And you won't ever stop making them.
No, sure won't.
So don't harp on things you can't change.
Because life does not come with a handbook.
At all.
So it was meant for us to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Because if not, they would have gave us instructions to this thing.
Right.
I show on instructions on how to get that money.
Man. Give me the next Powerball numbers when it gets to that billion. And I'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Man.
Find someone who has the wealth and just ask them simple questions.
Yeah.
What are you doing? How are you getting it?
Yeah.
What moves are you making?
Yeah.
See if they're sharing with you. More than likely, they probably would share them with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just don't take the time to ask the question.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or maybe ask the right question, because when we get around them,
we're afraid of what they're gonna say.
It could be a lot of factors going on.
Oh,
with
for
that,
sure.
Yeah.
That we don't get those.
And
questions.
that was something I struggled with early on.
You look, us coming from where we come from, it's like, oh, these people don't want to deal with us.
Yeah.
We're quick to put ourselves down.
Yeah.
In a stint. But it's just like, like you just said, John, ask those questions. I mean, we already at no.
Right.
What they gonna tell us?
What,
No.
right.
You know what I mean?
But that's
So-
real. Because I struggled, because for me, I was just telling somebody else the other day, I was talking to them a little about what I do. And for me, when I'm in meetings and I'm on these committees and these coalitions and doing this work, the closest person to my age is probably 35, 40.
Wow. Wow.
You know, so I'm the youngest in the room.
Yeah. And they need your
Right.
perspective.
I'm the youngest in the room and usually the only person of color.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a lot. So getting in those spaces and being comfortable with saying what I actually believed when these people have, because I'm in meetings with judges and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, these are people that they didn't really been around the block
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
And so being able to get to the point where I was comfortable saying, this is what I think. This is how we should go about this situation.
Right.
It took me a while. And I started, having to ask them more questions. Like, when you first started, how was it like for you? What did you do to get comfortable? What books do you read? Yeah. And took it from that and started reading the books they was reading, getting that information. And I caught myself up.
Right. Now you can be in those conversations.
Yeah, I went and read the playbook.
Yeah.
I
Now
got
you
the
can be in those
playbook and I
conversations.
understand what's going on.
Because they sure know the plays.
Yeah, they got it.
They sure know the plays.
They got it.
They
got
sure
it.
know the plays.
They got it.
They sure
Let's
do.
run the plays.
Yeah.
This has been a great show.
It has. It has. It's been
Stanford,
really good.
definitely appreciate you coming
yeah.
out with us tonight. I know it's late
Oh, I love
for
talking.
some, but it
I love talking.
Talk show radio.
Man,
Hey,
I love talking.
the talk
That's
show
talking what I
radio.
do.
Talk show
Well, we definitely
radio.
appreciate it, and we definitely got to have you back because there's other things that we have not hit on that we want to be able to hit on for the community to be able to hear. Mike, this has been another week, man.
Been another week, baby. I guess we'll see each other after Thanksgiving.
Listen.
Well, I see you before that, but
After
I'm just saying
Thanksgiving.
the people.
People, enjoy your week. Do
Yes,
something
yes,
for you.
yes.
And your time with your family. If you're around
Yes.
people, enjoy it.
Yes.
Cherish it.
Yes, don't eat too much.
Well, depends.
Yeah,
Depends.
touche.
Y'all
I'm going in.
Y'all have a great night. This has been the Malone Show, 93.7 The
What's
Ticket. Until next week.
Peace.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Ascend Aesthetics, they understand that you want results and you want them fast. That's why they've developed the fastest weight loss and body toning programs that are clinically proven to shed extra fat, boost muscle mass, and tighten skin without having to spend hours at the gym. Reveal your leaner physique, ignite your testosterone levels, and boost your energy with personalized plans tailored to your goals. Learn more at slimdowne.com or call 402-480-6680. Ascend Aesthetics, where transformation begins.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation